right hand by Walters. Donaire gets in a left hook. Walters with 2 more right hands, and Donaire is down again. In the 9th round, he was trailing on 2 scorecards to the Argentinian, and now jab lands for Walters. Left hook for Walters, and left hooks for Donaire. Second left hook hurt Walters.
Preparedness, and that Donaire used to obliterate.
And now as round 1 gets underway, Roy, you try.
But the thing you gotta like about Donaire is the experience is speaking. You see, he's starting out to lose. He has done a lot of learning on the job. He got a lot better in that fight he had against Victor Argentinian.
Watch your feet, guys.
In the 9th round, he was trailing on 2 scorecards to the Argentinian, and now
his left hook has knocked him down or out and usually broken something in that other guy. The old expression in boxing is never hook with a hook.
To counter, forcing Walters to take the lead, but meanwhile Walters has been landing some shots.
Walters in this round just now.
Both fighters trained by their fathers. Walters landed 8 out of 26 by CompuBox count, maybe the most effective punch in this ring. In this stadium, he was the main event headline fighter those nights.
See Walters trying to get Donaire back with that hook when Donaire lands his.
Well, good left hook to the body by Donaire.
Yeah, you see the experience.
Donaire's hook to the head is as good as any.
Donaire getting in a right hand.
Nicholas Walters, who's young but up and coming, trying his best to come out and compete with the more experienced, highly veteran guys are playing for keeps.
Hard body shot by Donaire. They're even on punches landed in this round, 5 apiece. Good hard right hand by Walters. Body shots by Walters. Got in a right cross. Jab lands for Walters. Left hook for Walters and left hooks for Donaire. Second left hook hurt Walters.
Never hook.
Raul Caiz Jr., the referee, came to us to tell us that the cut was caused by a punch, not by a butt. Fascinating round to score, because Walters was taking the lead throughout the round, threw more, landed more, seemed to be getting the better of it, and then in the closing seconds got hurt by a Donaire left hook.
Donaire won that round. I mean, you know, you do that to a guy, you have him drunk, walking around the ring drunk. You won the round, I don't care what happened before.
Right, and he got him drunk at about the 256 mark, but it's good enough.
Good enough.
And now Donaire's on the hunt. He knows he can hurt Walters, and he's after him.
Good left hook again by Nonito Donaire. Coming up and under with that one.
Showed a lot in that last round. Not only that he still has that fighter's mentality that when his opponent seems to be getting the better of him, he wants to go right back, but also that he still packs power, even at featherweight, even against a big, young, strong kid.
Walters was having his way, may have gotten just a little too enthusiastic, and he hung that chin out there for Donaire.
Well, no, he didn't really hang it out. He just didn't realize the punching power, the true punching power of Donaire.
Stop, no punch,
He thought he could exchange hooks with him.
Exactly. You don't know that sometimes until you're in front of a guy. I'll never forget when I fought Jeff Lacey, he thought for sure he could hook as hard as I could, but it was no way possible. And he didn't know that until the fight started. Same thing has happened here with Nicholas.
The hook is not like a jab. Sometimes you want to throw a jab to nullify the other guy's jab. It's not a knockout punch. If the other guy lands the jab, you're still in the fight. But you lose the battle of the hooks, fight's over.
That was right.
2 quick left hooks inside by Walters. Now Donaire lands the left hook.
Oh, good right hand.
Walters reaching with that right hand, but getting it onto the face of Donaire.
And you see Donaire steadily stalking. Everything Donaire is throwing right now has knockout on it. Knockout intent except that jab, and Walters knows that. So Walters is returning punches with knockout intent, but he doesn't quite have the experience to deliver the right hand with that kind of intent yet.
Walters sticks his jab. Lands it despite the Donaire head movement.
Walters has had success whenever he's thrown that jab. There it is, long distance. Keeps Donaire at range and snaps his head back.
Yeah, he has a good left jab. If he had a good right hand to match it, Donaire would have a real problem in front of him right now. See, that right hand is kind of a slapping right. It's not as straight as that left hand. Oh, uppercut.
That was a good right hand.
Good enough to knock Donaire down. That was not a slap that time.
That was not a slap, no way.
He brought it up and under a little bit and got it onto the chin of Donaire, and that is the first knockdown of Nonito Donaire's career.
Very smart lift up, right uppercut.
So now both fighters have had a big moment. Walters just a little bit better because he got Donaire to the canvas.
That jab setting everything up for Walters.
Good left hook by Donaire. Walters lands the right hand again.
They're both going for broke.
What a firefight power. The uppercut was full power all the way. Harold, how have you scored it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 2 rounds to 1. 29-27, Nicholas Walters. You know, Jim, I thought he had boxed him in round 1, but then Nonito Donaire came along and he won round 2 with some good left hooks. In round 3, that uppercut gave Nicholas Walters a 10-8 round. So 2 rounds to 1, 29-27, Nicholas Walters.
And this fight, Jim, so far is pretty clear. When Walters fights behind that good long jab, things go his way. When he thinks he has Donaire in trouble and starts to hook with him, he gives Donaire chances.
Well, Donaire has to do something now to change the tempo of this fight because Walters is at an all-time high confidentially. And with his confidence being so high, Donaire needs to do something as the older fighter to slow the young fighter down.
Such as?
Well, you got to hit him with something big and hurt him again, or do something to make him feel as though he's the lesser fighter in the fight.
Walters told us yesterday he didn't feel that he had to take anything away from Donaire. Rigondeaux, who beat Donaire, did it partly by taking his left hook away, and Walters doesn't feel he has to do that, but he paid the price for that earlier in the fight.
Yeah, he did, but he also came back and proved why. He showed that he's just a stronger puncher as Donaire. Just as Donaire can hurt him, he can hurt Donaire.
And by the way, Roy, it's abundantly clear to this point who wins a jabbing contest. Must Donaire at some point make a decision about whether to go in closer and try to fight on the inside?
Well, he has to make a decision to stop trying to knock Nicholas out with one punch, and whether it's inside or outside, he has to become more busy.
Great point. In the last round, Walters threw 15 more punches than Donaire. It's just a big enough margin that it catches the eyes of judges by and large.
Well, Walters is definitely more confident because he sees blood on Donaire now, and he knows that Donaire is strictly trying to knock him out right now. So Donaire has to go back to his boxing game.
Against smaller fighters earlier in Donaire's career, when he was at the height of his physical ability, he could get away with improvising his boxing and not doing it by the book. Here, against a more textbook fighter who has physical advantages, Donaire is suffering from this.
Well, their eye is not looking good, Max, and Walters is steadily making it worse with that long jab.
Yeah, Donaire's going to have to make quick decisions in the next few rounds.
Yes, he is.
His right eye is cut and not getting any better. He's losing the jabbing contest to a longer fighter. And a bloodied Nonito Donaire goes back 22 in the jab category, according to CompuBox.
Like I said earlier, to change the rhythm of this fight.
And the way to stop Walters from dominating the way he's doing it
is to stop him from coming forward. Shoulder up with him, shoot a jab at him, do something to make him go backwards. If not, that's going to continue to happen. Can't just let a man come at you free willing. And that means free willingly without having to worry about a punch.
So what Donaire needs to do at some point is stand his ground.
What he's doing right now. What he's doing right now. But he isn't throwing body shots though, Jim. That's puzzling to me because the younger fighter is looking like the more seasoned or more veteran fighter. The younger fighter is throwing body shots and head shots. The veteran is the one forgetting the head shot, forgetting the body shots.
Donaire speared Walters with a right hand in there. That's what got the crowd's attention. Spears him again with a right hand. Walters' left hook not as effective at close range like that. Quick left hook inside lands for Donaire. Now Walters lands another in return.
And they're exchanging hooks.
But Donaire has to be careful in here because he's the guy with the bad eye.
And he's the guy who seemed worse affected by those left hooks just then.
And he's still not throwing any body shots.
There's that Walters uppercut again.
So Nonito Donaire, so far, is giving Nicholas Walters a vacation to the body. And that's a severe deficit cumulatively as we keep going from round to round.
Most definitely, because the kid, Walters, is still going to Nonito's body every chance he gets. Good body shot there by Nonito. But you see Nicholas come right back with it.
Inside, Donaire at least has chances. When Walters keeps him at the end of that jab, there's not a lot Nonito seems to be able to do.
That's my point, Max. That's why I said you got to either get close to him or start punching more. We can't keep backing up like this, though.
Walters got most of his professional training in the gyms of Panama City in Panama. And I said to him, does everybody there want to be Roberto Duran? He said, everybody is Roberto Duran. Oh. They all fight with the same energy.
He actually gets more experience in these fights,
10
Jim.
seconds.
He got so much experience in the fight against Big Darchinian until it's unreal.
Donaire's got to come up with a big hook here because Walters is beating him up on the ropes.
Walters, he's putting more and more distance between himself and Nonito Donaire.
Whereas he was slapping with that right hand, Walters was earlier in the fight. He started throwing some good straight right hands against Donaire when Donaire's back was on the ropes.
Yes, he did. When he had it pinned against the ropes, he threw really good right hands.
Well, he changed the fight with one right uppercut when he deposited Donaire onto his trunks, and that seemed to give him more confidence in the right hands he's continuing to throw upstairs.
Now that he knows he can hurt Donaire, he's concentrating more on throwing power with his right hands instead of just throwing over the top with kind of an open hand. Now Donaire's other eye seems to be cut. The left eye has a cut on the outside.
There's that jab, and good things start to happen when he unfurls the jab, Walters does from distance.
Told you about the 73-inch wingspan. Because of the nature of his body, his belief in his punching power, you're invited to think of Walters as kind of a featherweight Lennox Lewis. Comes from the same part of Jamaica that produced the great heavyweight champion, who of course fought under the banner of England, but was always a native Jamaican.
Donaire admitted to us yesterday that in the Darchinian fight, in between rounds, after Darchinian hurt him, he was thinking about quitting, but his body wouldn't let him. And at a certain point in this fight, if he can't change the fight, you wonder if he's going to confront that moment again. Donaire, of course, didn't quit, went out and came from behind and knocked Darchinian out.
And insisted to us yesterday that all the desire is back, that he wants to continue to be a great fighter and a meaningful force in the sport, that he wants to have a career that will go down in history, that he expects to go from here to 130 pounds and then 135. But all of that thinking could change if this continues to go the way it's going tonight.
Well, it's a tough night for him. The young guy's gaining confidence every round, and when you got a young guy like Nicholas coming up at you, chasing you, trying to knock you off the top, it's pretty rough for a guy like Donaire when it gets hard early.
Particularly for a guy who suffers from the talent of the gifted as Donaire does, where he was so fast, he did hit so hard, that he didn't have to learn technically how to do things maybe as well as a less gifted athlete would have to. And so now doesn't have as much of that to fall back on.
No, he is a better technician than Nicholas. It's just that in pro boxing, sometimes the guy who strikes first or makes the other guy mess up first or mess the other guy face up first is the guy that gets the advantage. He just caught Donaire first.
He may be,
hard right hand by Walters. Donaire gets in a left hook. Walters with two more right hands, and Donaire is down again.
And I don't know if he'll get up this time, Jim. I don't think he will. I know he won't get up this time, Jim.
7, 8.
He won't get up this time.
He's up, but Raul Caiz is going to stop it. Nicholas Walters has seized Donaire's portion